Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of Ballroom Conversations.
Welcome. How's everybody doing?
Welcome. Hello, everyone.
Good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Can't complain at all.
Can't complain.
Start to another week. So excited about that. Thank everybody that's tuned in so far too. If y'all can do us a favor and make sure to go ahead and start sharing this to your house pages, to your own personal Facebook page,
all your platforms.
Yeah, all the ballroom groups, all of that. Share for us.
Yes,
exciting show.
I was about to say I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for a number of reasons. I love everyone that agreed to be on here. I'm so thankful that they did. So funny, that last clip where Monet came on, no matter where I put Monet on this thing, she always was hitting the beat. And I was like, how do you hit the beat? Like, that was so crazy to me. I'm so excited. So I guess without further ado, let's bring in our panelists.
Yes, our esteemed panelists.
Who wants to say their names while I bring them up?
I guess.
Go ahead, Jamel.
So the first in line, we would like to welcome to our panel the iconic, always made a moment, Jamie Balenciaga.
Hey.
Welcome, Jamie. You muted, Jamie. You muted.
Dang, I was muted for that. Hey guys.
Welcome.
Yes.
Jamel, go ahead.
The next, welcome Jamie, Mother Jamie. The next on our panel is another making a moment young lady who we all have enjoyed in this last season of Legendary. She was on Pose. I mean, not Pose, but
she was on Pose too, though.
She was on Pose, but what's the other show she was on? She's been on all these damn shows. But,
she was on My House.
There we go. My sister, my girlfriend, my homie, Lolita Leopard.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hi, Lolita.
What's good?
What's poppin'? We love your background, Lolita.
Thank you. Good vibes only.
Awesome.
The next person we're going to bring up is someone who I admire so much, and we could not have her on this panel. She is one of New York's finest makeup artists, and she has definitely made her way in the ballroom scene. Let's welcome my girl to the panel, the artiste, Tiffany.
What's goody, everybody?
Hi, Tiff.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome. The next on the panel, we had to have this lady on here. She is definitely one of Kenya's favorite people in the world. It's the legendary Baby Garcon.
Good evening, good evening. Well, let's be corrected. I'm an icon.
Icon.
Thank
yeah,
you.
I was about to
I'm sorry.
Icon
I'm
Hall of
sorry.
Famer.
The iconic Baby Garcon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. The next on the panel, Dante.
What's up?
You gonna take over?
I'll introduce this person.
Yeah,
So, this is an individual that I saw many moons ago battling the girls at the clubhouse when it was on 28th Street, like giving the girls a run for their money. The icon, Monet Mysterious Dior Ebony.
Yes.
Performance personified.
Welcome, Monet.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I'm sorry, y'all. I keep looking down because I'm just sharing the live to like all the groups right now. I was trying to get that going before we get started.
Awesome. Hey, James is saying, giving y'all a shout out.
AC Doozy.
Uncle James loves the girls.
He loves his girl.
Daddy.
Awesome. Thank you all. How's y'all day been? Let's go ahead and talk about that.
It's been amazing, honestly, and busy.
I can dig that.
Very exhausting, but good.
Yeah.
Very exhausting. Well, we thank you. Yeah,
clients, back-to-back clients this morning.
Oh wow.
Get them coins, girl.
We like the clients.
Yes.
We want to thank you, ladies, for taking the time out to come and joining our panel and having this amazing discussion and conversation. This is something that we've been doing for a past few months now. And it's been getting hotter and hotter and hotter. This has been one of the most suggested panels out of all of our panels that we have had so far and that we're planning in the near future. So I cannot wait for this conversation to start because this is something that, you know, we don't get a lot of recognition for. People don't acknowledge as much as they should. And, you know, again, as I always say, the girls really run the world. So we just want to welcome you, ladies, and thank you again and again and again and again. We can't thank you enough.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Problem. So without further ado, let's get into our questions.
Yes.
All right. So the first question we have is, what made you choose ballroom? And you can answer at any, you know, there's no order. What made you choose ballroom?
I was brought to the ballroom scene by D, my ex, D Balenciaga. So that's how I joined the ballroom scene.
Okay.
What made me
started
choose...
Go ahead.
My bad, girl. What made me choose ballroom?
No, go ahead, Mom.
Okay, thank you. What made me choose ballroom was, well, back in the day when I'm a part of the DMV runway scene. So once that kind of like died down, ballroom was like the next thing that was like similar to what I was doing. So it just kind of fit. It went hand in hand. So I just brought that same energy to ballroom and it got lit, you know?
It got real lit.
I'm gonna fuck Monet up. Justice is laid out.
Tiff, you were speaking?
I started ballroom my senior year of high school. I was gonna quit dance, and my best friend at the time, he snuck me out to Indianapolis, and you know, we left Ohio, took that drive, being in high school, went to my first, it was like a little mini function in some little, it was like a storefront, to be honest with you. And I fell in love ever since then, and I just became a part of life and just been here ever since. So.
Wow. Miss Baby.
Well, I chose ballroom. I was modeling professionally. I ran into Bernie Jordan, which is my father, at a fashion show of mine, and he brought me to ballroom. And like everybody else, I fell in love since then.
Why am I on here?
What was that?
Okay.
What was that?
Not sure what that was, but
It was like a
Gone
bust through
fast.
Pam moment. Like, what happened? Bust through Pam. Miss Monet?
I think Monet might be frozen.
Yeah, I think she might be frozen, Kenya. You may need to message her and let her know that. I don't know if she sees that. Thank you so much, Auntie Racine Grants. We appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. So let's
okay.
move on to the next question. Oh, wait a minute. No. Her device is still not connected. Okay. We'll loop around with the next question. So your next question is, what has your greatest impact on ballroom been?
Anybody?
Anybody can go. Go for it, Tiffany. Or, oh no, Jimmy's speaking, but you're muted. I can't hear you, Jamie.
Tiffany's muted too, I think.
Hi.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
I think for me, coming from the Midwest, I mean, there wasn't a lot of women at all coming from the Midwest, period. And I think that if there was, they would come to one ball and then you would never hear from them again. I think for me, coming from the Midwest, I wanted to be just like the girls from the West or from the East Coast that were making their name, like Jamie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be those girls and be able to, I don't want to say set a foundation in the Midwest, but to encourage more women like myself to be a part of ballroom and actually stay and stick through it no matter what. I mean, I know with ballroom, we had a lot of people telling us what to do. I think for me and what I made my name for in the Midwest was not really giving a fuck and just doing what I wanted to do. I didn't allow nobody to tell me, do this, walk this is what you should do. I came in being my own person. And I feel like that's what made me stand out, because while everybody wanted me to walk face, I wanted to walk runway. I wanted to Vogue. I wanted to walk everything. But I feel like a lot of women that came into the scene before me, not with Jamie, with the exception of Jamie, but I feel like a lot of people were told what to do. And I think that our generation was that generation that was like, fuck it, we about to do what we want to do on our own time. And this is what we're going to do. And that's it. So I feel like that was it. And I don't want to take the ball-headed movement. I don't want to take full, what do you call it, like credit for that. But I will say that after I came out back in the day, I was Mother Escada. I feel like every house was trying to come out with a bald-headed bitch just like me. But that's just me. That's just me. So just saying. But that's just me.
All right. Monet. So you got two questions.
Welcome back to the party, sis.
Two questions. What made you choose ballroom, and what has been your greatest impact on ballroom?
Two people made me choose ballroom. One was my older brother, who taught me how to Vogue way back in the days of Midtown 43 days and Paris's Burning days, and I used to hang out on the pier and tracks, better days and things like that. And I was 13 and nobody was down there, but I was down with my brother. So I was good. And then
Oh no, we lost her.
I don't know what's going on with her service.
Yeah, it's okay. Technology. Sometimes that's how it works.
Yeah.
Is she back? I think she's back. Not yet. Okay. All right. No worries. So let's go on to the next question. Dante, you want to take this one?
Wait, everybody didn't answer the last one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she's coming back.
Yes, and she's back. Maybe. Okay, there we go, Monet.
I don't know what the tea is. I don't need to apologize for something that's not my fault. And then the second person was Mystery. Mystery had a story that made me want to come on and walk the ball side of women in the ballroom scene, and that we could handle it. So Mystery had a different story that prompted me to want to walk a ball. Because before that, I was in the background. I knew everything about everything. I knew everybody. I was just gathering information, knowing what the taste was. Everybody knew me, but I just wasn't beat for walking. I had to have a purpose. And just the way that they treated Mystery was my purpose. Just catalyst to getting out there. Say, oh no, pump the beat, girl. That was it. That's why I told forward. And my greatest impact, I would say, is being the one that just be ready. I'll be ready. I'm always ready, honey. It's this, I'm the one that would go at the girls about whatever the case is. That's the one. I'm known. What they say is to be shady is the one I'm not standing down. Not standing down. No, I'll stand at the back of the runway. But I'm not standing down. And if I don't stand there, then the other person ain't going to have a space. And, when you know the taste, there's nothing to be afraid of. So pump the beat.
Yeah. Yes, God. All right.
That's the greatest impact.
I think my most significant impact on ballroom has been.
On.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I cheer for everybody. I would jump up on the table for another woman, stomp, clap, and go off for her. Yeah. And they be looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'll be looking at them like, she ate that. That's my greatest impact. Let's stand together.
Yeah.
It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard not to love my sisters, eating it too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not cheering for everybody else. That's the impact.
Yeah.
Lolita, you was gonna say?
Yeah.
Yes. I think my
space if I kick it down doors.
Could dig it. All right, Lolita.
I think my greatest impact on ballroom would have to be being a super consistent runway diva. Okay. Y'all already know, like back in the day when we came, ballroom used to give the DMV runway girls hell. Okay. Oh, it was always like, that's some DMV model troop girls, and model troop girls, But we just kept going, just kept fighting, kept breaking down those barriers. And now it's like we created something. Shout out to Venus. We created something, Karen. We created something that has just impacted like runway, especially being a cis woman. Like, so now all the girls are coming. DMV runway is more embraced now. So I would say that would have to be like my most significant impact.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
I would say my greatest impact is being consistent. I could take it to my sister Jamie. We were consistent on the ballroom scene since '95. We were consistently walking and winning, like just eating it up, tearing it down, like whatever category it was, being from one runway to her walking phase to me walking labels, but stress, but nah, we was there, we was on, even if it was like 3 of us from the House of Jordan just going by ourselves, walking balls, we were consistent on the runway as women, as being cisgendered women. We were doing that. So I think that's my greatest impact on it. I was still am walking consistently and winning.
Yep, and winning. Yeah.
And winning, yes.
No shade.
No, she by Sheree.
I would have to say my biggest impact is probably my kids. And probably when they brought me into the women's scene, the WBT scene. It was a struggle, but I think that's one of my biggest impacts. I still have women across the world still reach out to me and talk about those balls, talk about, what we started, creating. I mean, I didn't create that aspect of it, but I was trying to do my best to bring the elements of the main scene to the women's scene. And I think that's probably one of my biggest impacts.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
I do believe that we have another panelist.
I'm sorry. Can I jump in really quickly?
Oh yeah, go for it, please.
Yeah, go.
She's downplaying herself. As a woman in the scene, coming into the scene, wanting to walk face, to have somebody, especially in my generation, coming in and seeing her being the one to look up to, that's a standpoint right there. Because there's been a lot of women that's walked balls, and there's a lot of people I've heard stories about, but nobody has ever made an impact the way Jamie did. So, Jamie, I don't care what you're talking about. You know, at the end of the day, you were the girl that I looked up to.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, you were the girl that I looked up to. You were the reason why I kept going, because especially being women in the scene, sometimes it's like it could either make us or break us. And not a lot of us stick around to get both experiences. I think seeing you and even having the conversations that we've had in the past a long time ago when I first started, that right there, to have somebody in your ear and being like, listen, I did it. You here, you beautiful, go out there, do what you do. That's the impact right there, at least for me coming into the ballroom scene, because there was not a lot of women that you could talk to sit there and have a relatable conversation of how we gonna make it and how we gonna survive through ballroom when this is not our world to begin with and coming in. So Jamie, that's how I feel about you. So just wanted to throw that in there.
Thank you.
How amazing is that?
That's awesome. All right, I believe this is Gigi. We're gonna try to bring her in. Hello?
This is not Gigi.
That's not Gigi. Not sure how someone got the link to get in.
How'd you get the link?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this is live. You know what
Moving on.
I don't know how the first thing to get in here. Whatever. Yeah. That just threw me. Okay.
Yes, her roses.
Yes.
I definitely need it.
All right. So Dante, you got the next one.
I got the next question. Yeah. Why do you think there has become a decrease in, or why is there a decrease in cisgender women participating in balls? Whoever wants to grab that and go at it, feel free.
I think the reason why it's been a decrease, honestly, is because I think this one just.
I'm sorry, Lolita. Can you all mute your lines in the back end because there's a lot of feedback? Thank you.
I think that a lot of women have this thing where they're like, they don't feel like they'll fit in, or they don't feel like, because it's it's based off a male dominated and trans women scene, that they don't feel like they will fit in. But it's just like, no, when you come in, it's not even about that. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about us just coming out here and just displaying our talents and having a good time and just being consistent. And if this is what you love to do, when the moment you come, you're gonna be like, you're already gonna know if it's for you or not. You got what I'm saying? And it could be another thing too, where parents like getting women from getting women and putting them on balls and them not being consistent because they just come out there for just one time and walk and leave. That could be another thing too. And it's not for everybody. Like, if you're willing to stay up all night at the balls from 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. and just be up and lit, then that's the life I chose. I'm with it. But some people are really not with it. So that's probably why I decreased, because they can't hang, honestly. They just can't hang. In a nutshell.
Anybody else have any thoughts on it?
What was the question again?
Why do you think there's been a decrease in the participation of cisgender women in the ballroom scene?
I mean, cis women are iffy. Like she said, it's like a hit or miss. A lot of times, well, in my generation, a lot of times women were more consistent because I think there were more women involved back in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, there's houses that were created by cisgender women, the House of Ebony. So it's like there was a lot of women. I remember when I first started walking, like there was a line out the door, you know what I'm saying, for face. So there's just, I guess there was just more involvement. I don't know. It's like a hit or miss with cis women. and seeing the WBT scene, the women got turned off from the main room scene because they said that everybody was shady and they didn't want to deal with the shade. So, like she said, you know, you gotta have tough skin. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, I think you have to have the self-esteem for it. If you don't, some people can't take criticism, you know, as well as other people can. And from being, you know, you can be a little shady, like you can get a little, not me personally speaking, but I never received it, but it can be heartbreaking. I remember like bringing my niece and stuff to what balls and she couldn't do it. It just broke her down. So you have to have the tough skin when it comes to being on a ballroom scene. So I think that's what makes some women not stay involved with it. I think that's what it is.
I think we're ready for the next question.
Tiffany, you have any input in that?
Just to add on to that as well too, I think sometimes oh, did it do it? Y'all hear me? Or no?
Yeah, we hear you.
No, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I think as well too, just to kind of piggyback what Lolita was saying, as far as sometimes you see houses that will bring one girl out for one night. I think a lot of times too, I think the scene tends to forget about us as well too, because we're such a small group of people as well. And we get the support, but I mean, you could even see sometimes in watching clips, the difference between a women's category versus a different category, you know, and how the energy is sometimes. I think the energy has gotten a little bit more hype now that there's more women in the scene, especially a lot more overseas women. But I just feel like sometimes it's really the lack of support and push. You know, sometimes like Lolita was saying, we bring girls in the scene. We're not teaching them nothing. We're not educating them on nothing. We're just bringing them and be like, hey, wear this pretty dress, get your makeup done and go out there and walk. And then that's it. And then what happens after that? You know, so it's, I mean, we're just like with anything, you want to have that support. You want to have, you know, a lot of times people come into ballroom as well too, to get that family feel. So coming into something where you don't feel like a family, it doesn't help either, you know? So I feel like sometimes it could just, a little bit of extra TLC does help out, especially for cis women in the scene. That's just something that I've seen that I feel like a little bit more extra attention to us, you'll see probably a lot more of us, honestly. I think that with us, we've just been fortunate and blessed to be a part of houses and be around the right people who have motivated us and constantly pushed us to become better and tell us that this is just like life. If you can make it through this, you can make it through life. Trust me. So, and that's just, I think that's really what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, good point, y'all.
Yeah,
and we're tomboys too.
Before you go to your next question, Dante, we have a question that I do want to share with the group. I was looking to make sure we didn't have it as one of our prearranged questions.
I think we asked about the other words, but we don't ask about cis.
Yeah. So, how do you women feel about the term cis?
I don't have no issue with it.
Yeah, I don't feel away.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't move me either way, you know?
I know why I keep it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me either. I mean, I don't see it as to be derogatory or offensive or anything.
Awesome, thank you. I just wanted to make sure
I'm just tired of the names.
It's better than 50.
It's so many.
Yeah.
It's so many world, so many changes, but we just gotta keep on changing and moving forward.
Yeah, keep on evolving with that.
Yeah. All right. Next question on you, Dante.
Is it possible?
You can keep it me. You can keep it. We're not.
That was Monet talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What did she say? Ask Monet, repeat yourself. What did you say?
I think Monet's frozen.
She said I think she said they can keep it for her.
Yeah, I think that's what she said. And then she froze again.
Yeah.
Froze, yeah. feel like it's important. I feel like it's really important to denote, acknowledge representation for both trans and cis women. It's a respect thing with me. That's what Madeline says.
About the word cis, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the question.
Okay.
Do you all think it is possible to get a resurgence of cisgender women walking multiple categories again? So not just like runway and face, but seeing, more cis women come out for the other categories as well.
Well, I mean, I think
anybody.
Yeah, I'll go. Everybody's taking the time. Yeah, I mean, I think there can be. I think it just has to show support. I think, like Tiffany said, the support has to come from the house. I think the judges too. It's very. What's the word I'm looking for? That's my time. It's not welcoming when the judges like never pick a cis woman. I'm not saying that just pick us because we're a cis woman, but a lot of times we're overlooked. So sometimes we don't get the same attention. And that turns people off. So it's like, why bother walking more than one category? I mean, back in the day, like Baby said, we were walking like 3 or 4 categories. Like it was nothing. And now women aren't really stepping up. It really comes down to the support. And we have to support each other. I mean, if we don't as cis women stick together, I can't even get a 5-minute video from the women on this panel, so I don't even know how we're going to take the runway. So, it does. It starts with support.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you have a project or something going on, right, for cis women in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it a little bit?
I really can't, but it's just it's interesting because I've been in contact with people, cis women, Monet, Gigi, Roxy. We've all tried to kind of start getting something going, and it always somehow slips through the seams. I don't know what happens, who drops the ball. You can't really blame anybody, but I feel like sometimes I'm the only one trying. I'm out here talking to producers, talking to people, knocking on people's doors because I see Pose, I see all these shows, and we are left out. Our history is left out. I make sure I reach out to ballroom historians to find out what the history is because I don't want to forget. I don't want my history wiped out. So I know Monet doesn't want her history wiped out. I'm sure Baby doesn't. I'm sure nobody wants their history wiped out. Right. So even some of the stories that I hear now from people that I reach out to, I'm like, damn, I never even knew that. So it's just like, how are we going to know if we don't ask the questions and do the work? So yeah, if we all supported each other, then I think it will do a lot of justice.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Jamel?
Okay. With all the hate crimes against the trans community, how does this affect you, and what are some things you would do to attempt to change this? Anybody can go.
First of all, I would say educate the people around you. That's what it starts off with. I think that a lot of people just come with the old school mindset and they feel like they know what they know and it's right and that's what they grew up. I feel like now it's just like with anything, you have to educate people in order for them to know. Now it's up to them what they do with that information. But at least for me, being that I grew up in ballroom, the majority of my clients are trans women, and I love my girls all day, every day. I will literally sit here and argue with somebody all day and every day, even if it's somebody I'm talking to date. I will stop talking to them, even if that conversation even flips a whole different direction. Hence why I'm still single. But to me, it's all about educating and being strong when you are educating somebody, and not like being like, oh well, they're no, it's like they're women just like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and really just taking that time and having to be strong yourself, you know what I'm saying? And putting yourself in their position and thinking about how would you want to be represented as well too, properly represented and protected at the same time. So I feel like education. and not standing for no bullshit, because that's our sisters at the end of the day. So
the hate crime really affects me like to the core. Like some of my closest friends, sisters are trans women. So just to even have the thought of hearing them go through anything like that, it really just messes my spirit. So for me, like how to just to change is just to continue to be the voice, continue to be that sister for them, continue to be sister for all of them, and just being present, because that's the thing. Like it's about bridging the gap between cis women and trans women. Like we got to bridge the gap, and I feel like for the most part, I've been doing my part. I know a lot of cis women have been doing their part as well. So all we can do is just continue to do our part and bridge the gap.
I think we're doing where I think Monet touched on it before, where she said that I think why is there being separate? I think if we start to address them as being women, you know, take the separation out of it, they're women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that you have to educate people more on they're not. I hate to use the word trans, but I would like to use a more respectful term for it. So I don't even, when I'm speaking of my house kids or my sisters or whatever, I don't say trans. I'll say one of my girlfriends or one of my sisters is coming over, or I'm on the phone with one of my good girlfriends or something. I don't even say trans. I think it's disrespectful. That's just me, you know. So when it's a crime against them, I take it personally to heart, because that could be me. That could be one of my sisters. It could be one of my kids. It can be a family member or something like that. I think if we take that separation out of it, we can go a long way. So that's just my my take on it.
I think it sounds like it's a lot of titles. It's like when when you start talking to somebody and they say, oh, I don't want to put a title on it yet, and I think if we take away that part, people will be more unified, because it's just you're a woman or you're a man, that's it, and respect on each on either side. So I really appreciate that from the both of you, but I really want to answer a little question, Kenya. Jamie actually discussed, mentioned something about support earlier, and a question kind of popped in my head. What do you ladies, what kind of support would you like to have from, I guess, the male side of ballroom, and what do you need to see that needs to improve more so that the gap can be closed or start to close?
stop treating us like women and treat us like anybody else in the scene. And what I mean by that is, like, I feel like when it comes to feedback or whatever, I feel like people are just so sensitive when it comes to women. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to move. They don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like the same way that you would treat a butch queen, treat us. The same energy that you give your son, your daughter, who's trans or non-trans, butch queen, whatever it is. Like, I feel like that's where the problem is that because we're women, they don't know what to do with us. And this is just experiences I've had in the past, not a lot, but they try to tell us how to be women, or, oh, this is how you should do this. And that kind of, at least for me, that's a big turnoff. So, is that my phone? Or not my phone, but my service is going like that?
I think everybody's having technical difficulties today.
Yeah, what's going on in the universe today?
Everything just like this, everybody here.
Definitely be.
I think it's a very delicate. It's a very delicate situation when you say that, because if you really think about it, like the ballroom scene was based off of men and trans women coming and with their parents kicking them out and their moms and stuff. So us being cis women, it could be very traumatizing. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I feel like once you really get to know who we are, and once you get to know like we're just regular, we're here to have a good time, just like you are. Just when she says like treat us all the same, like it's like putting your trauma in the past, and like just it's like one of those things. And if it's making sense, if I'm making sense.
Yeah. I mean, I just definitely, to me, I love the girls, all the girls. That I feel like we get, us as males get that sachet, that sass, that sarcasm, that femininity comes from women. Like I said, I always tell my dad always tells me all the time. He said, "I don't care how gay you are, vagina runs the world. I don't care." And I didn't understand the thing because I took it so, and it like what? I didn't understand it. But now as I have gotten older, it really does make sense. You know what I mean? We get everything from you ladies. We emulate those things. We see that our moms and our aunts and our sisters and our cousins, do, and we bring it to life, and we kind of transform it in our own way, and we made it a thing. But it comes from you ladies, so the respect is there. I just think that the males in ballroom need to embrace that a little bit more, and really go back to being chauvinist and really showing women, treating them as anybody else, and not like just a separate clique outside of, ballroom, if you will. Okay, I'm sorry I took over there with that.
No, you're fine. I actually want to bring in another guest. We have another guest that was going to come in for a community spotlight, but since we have a slot, I want to bring up Karma Balenciaga.
Hi, Karma. Welcome to the panel.
Welcome. So the question right now is about hate crimes. Jamel, you want to go ahead and shoot your question?
Yeah, so the question reads, with all the hate crime against the trans community, how does this affect you, and what are some things you do to attempt to change? Yeah, she's jumping in.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, no worries. What are some things you would do to attempt to change this?
Okay, y'all so nervous, and if you know me, I'm not even quiet. So it affects a lot of my friends and people I consider family are trans. So I take it personally whenever anything happens to them. And what I try to do to help the change, I heard Lolita mention something earlier about, bridging the gap. I try to bridge the gap, to try to lessen the hate, to try to lessen the confusion, to just to have a level of transparency and understanding.
Okay.
Thank you for that. All right. So what we're going to do now is since Karma is on, thank you for joining us a little bit earlier than we planned, but thank you for joining us. We're going to go right into our community spotlight. Dante, you want to talk about what a community spotlight is?
So basically with our community spotlight, what we try to do is highlight someone from the scene. We try to go within the DMV area as of right now, who has a business of their own, and basically give them a spotlight sometimes to tell the community and everyone else that is viewing about their business, to hopefully get them more accustomed to it, let them learn about their business, and hopefully bring them more business. So this month's community spotlight is Carmen Balenciaga. So I think Jamel is going to handle the interview.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop the rest of you ladies down. I'm going to put up Karma's.
Stay down. Just
yeah.
Don't leave. Stay in the
Don't leave. I'm going to take you off the screen for a second.
Okay.
Awesome.
Here we are, Karma. It's me and you.
Hey.
Hey. Are you allowed to do the questions? Like pop them on the screen?
Me?
No. I'm talking to Kenya. Okay. So Karma, welcome. Thank you for taking the time out to come and actually get on the panel and now the community spotlight. So we really appreciate you. So the first question I have is, what made you choose this business as to start?
Okay, so what made me start my business, for all you that don't know, I own a tax company. It's called Trinity Taxes. So what made me start was, being that I am a single mother of three, a Black woman, I'm pretty much a statistic teen mom, So I started the business to bring awareness to help our community and, other young mothers and Blacks to become financially free. So doing taxes, I help people start businesses. My business partner and I, we help people with credit repair because when you're in a better financial space, really no matter who you are, you can you can live better. You can leave thanks for your children, your children's children, your family. So that's what made me start that, as well as to show people no matter where you came from, no matter your past, no matter where you may be, what society may say, you can start anything, do anything that you put your mind to.
Awesome. We love that. So the next question is, what are your goals for your business in the next 5 years?
So my goals for my business in the next 5 years, I do plan on franchising my company out. So not just having one Trendy Taxes, have it all up and down the East Coast, West Coast, and giving other people a chance to purchase the franchise. So I really see myself like international, huge up there with Liberty Tax.
We speak that in the name.
Okay.
Hallelujah. Come on, bring it forth. All right. Okay, can you the next question? What is your mission for your business?
Okay, so my mission, like I stated earlier, is really to bring and help our people in our community to just get financially free. Because a lot of us really, we tired of living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
About money, stressing about bills. A lot of people are not good with finances, or they just don't understand. Or when you go into some of these bigger companies, or just mom and pop, whoever, you walk somewhere, you don't really have an understanding. And go through life on a day-to-day, like I said, not really understanding. So my mission is really to bring understanding, to bring knowledge, to bring relatability to finance, to make it fun, even though it's not fun, but the importance of it, and make it kind of exciting to kind of do tax, start businesses, get money, so everybody can just be a boss and be happy.
Yes, we love that idea. How would you like to give back through your business?
Okay, so how I would like to get back, and I actually do now. A lot of times I give away business packages. A lot of times I give away free tax preparation. A lot of time I give away, me and my business partner give away free credit repair. Just did a giveaway maybe at the end of last year. We gave groceries. We gave, knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? Not maybe the monetary, but it's helping people understand, giving them the knowledge. So whereas some companies always charge for different hundreds of thousands of we just like to give back, and I do, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. The next question will be, what makes your business different than anyone else who's in your industry?
I like this one. I'm getting less nervous now. So, like I said, I don't want to be repetitive, but like I stated earlier, taxes, financial, most of the time it's boring. Like it's very boring. Of taxes, and when I think of little things, I think of like the Clear Eyes commercial, like Clear Eyes, blah blah blah, boring. And the average tax preparer, no shade, is not like they're not wearing red hair, they're not doing those because you're not supposed to. But how are you not supposed to be a person, or if you like hair and colors? So I know what stands me apart from the average tax company. First, Trendy Taxes. I try to just be fly and bring relatability and fun. So and it's not really hard for companies out to do that.
Yeah, definitely that.
For them, but
Kenya. Okay, so I want people to know exactly where they can find you. So please tell them all your information, all your social media platforms, and all that good jazz.
Okay, so my personal page on Instagram is Miss Trendy, MICRENDI. I say that because I found a lot of things through that. But my tax company page, everything is Trendy Taxes, TRENDI. That's Twitter, that's my Instagram, that's my website. trendytaxes.com. That's my email, trendy@trendytaxes.com.
Mhm.
It's pretty simple, pretty easy for me. I am in the Virginia area because of the virtual thing, and my credentials allow me to service anybody in the U.S. or whether you want business credit, personal credit, tax preparation, business consultation, standard taxes, getting your taxes done. It's going to be the one-stop place to come.
Yay, we love to hear that. Well, thank you so much, Karma, for allowing us to share your spotlight. We'll put the spotlight on you for our conversation. And for all those who do not know, it is National Women's Month, or International Women's Month. And this is why we are celebrating our women in the ballroom. And Karma has a spotlight for this particular conversation. And we have our women's panel to also celebrate International Women's Month.
Karma, do you mind staying on for the rest of the show today so you can share
fine.
some of these things? Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for having me too.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to bring our ladies back.
Bring back my girls.
You're so silly.
I know, try to be.
Karma, I need help with my taxes, girl. Help me out, girl.
All right. So I am going to hold on, let me get a couple of comments here. Got a long one, so I'm gonna read it. I must say, Ballroom has been a safe space for everyone, especially during my earlier days, meaning the 60s through late 80s. Our beloved sisters came and created their own lanes in ballroom. Women lifted and carried and supported many trans women up, but then it was a shift. But divas like Monet, Jamie, Gigi, and these other women on this panel came in, took women in ballroom to an international level, such as film, TV, print, activists, and education, working outside and inside the scene. And that is from our historian, Racine. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Grants.
Thank you.
Shout outs to Jenny Lee.
Shout outs to Jenny Lee.
House Lives Matter.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I love Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny's super cool. Super cool. Love me some Jenny too. All right. So where do we fall off? All right. So I'll take the next question.
Mm-hmm.
Are terms such as fish and cunt offensive to you? Why or why not?
I love this question. Can't wait.
I like fish. I don't know. I always get battled with it, but I like fish too.
Oh, it's some background coming from somewhere.
I got it.
Because I always think about back in the day, like voguing and like the salts and cunty, like voguing like fish. Like I love it. I love it. But that's me.
What about anybody else?
No.
I didn't really like it. I don't want
I love it. I love it.
I didn't like it when I first joined ballroom. I was like, well, why do I gotta be compared to this thing? I was like, why I gotta be this thing? I don't want to, but I mean I've gotten used to it. I didn't like it at all, but I've been.
I could dig
it. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I think my uncle was gay and he used to babysit me, so I've been being called fish since I can remember, like 3-4 years old. He used to be like, come on down, Miss Fish, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere. So that's what I used to get. Now cunt, I can do without that, but the fish doesn't bother me.
See, man, I say everyday ballroom cunt is almost derogatory. I mean, they use it, but they be trying me sometimes. Let's see, Marlena said, same, love it, feels like acceptance to the scene. So, you know, anybody else?
Lolita I think Lolita and Carmen started talking at the same time.
All right, go for it.
Oh, I said I don't mind. Walking like fish, feeling like cunt. I'm with it.
Like fish. I mean, I guess it's very, you know, it's personal. Some people like it, some people don't.
Shout out to Marlena. I just realized that was her.
Well, cunt is a white man's derogatory term for his female, and we all know that that's not a nice way to speak to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that. And scene when they being referred to like that, to bring women into the scene when vocals like that is kind of like verbal violence, in a sense. You know what I mean? There's some women who do want to be spoke to like that. It is offensive. Just has to normalize it and accept it either. You know what I mean? Yeah, we do know preferences are for it and things like that. So we could always do something like faggoty or that's very tranny too. Like nobody wants to be us to have a safe space and speak to us safely too. There's other women who never been called cunt or fish and don't want to be called cunt or fish. To the, nobody like that, just like nobody wants to have them be called a faggot or out just terms. All those vulgar languages.
Thank you.
But okay, yeah, it is what it is. Not saying that it still at the same time, there are other words that we could use to describe the female. There's more words. I mean, we all articulate, we all have education. Do this, I believe so, because I know nobody wants us to come in to you. And then you're gonna beat the cunt, and then you're gonna beat the fish, and all of those things. So how can I bring somebody here and they be safe? It's supposed to be a safe space for me too. That's why I had to have the first all women's ball, because those things were being, thrown around, and at that time, that's not how we were spoke at Elks Lodge and 3 Philly back in the day, a karate club, or okay in the 90s. But we that a lady's still a lady. We could use lady instead of fish. We could choose. It could be terms be changed. I know there's a lot of people who tell me that no, thank you. They'd rather not. You understand what I'm saying? Just because they're not here on this panel to speak for, don't mean that I need to say it's okay, because I'm not okay with that. And that's just how I feel.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's kind of like one of those things with you.
I got a lot of men in my family. I've been around a lot of men, and I've never been, unless it was really on the terms of trying to disrespect me. Want to make it uncomfortable for me to be in the building, or you got to keep doing the saying fishy cunt. I know ballroom ain't for the faint of heart. Ballroom's just like this broadcast. They kick me out, I keep coming back, and I'm coming back, and I'm gonna keep coming back. I could have been trying to stop trying to come back on this broadcast. Keep coming back. Just because the majority is okay with something don't mean that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Dante, you were saying something?
We go through that on a lot of different platforms in life. Okay with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make it right. It doesn't it's passable or should be normalized. It's a society. We have to have some sort of standards for each other, right?
Correct.
Not a platform or soapbox. It's not. I fear for my trans women just like I fear for my sisters. Because Black women suffer violence on a regular basis. Missing, get murdered, all kinds of things is happening to us. And of course, my trans sister's become a sister. She's in that realm of being, potentially murdered. So I guess I'm scared for them, just like I'm scared for us. I want to. It matters how we treat each other at home, and ballrooms become home to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Nobody's gonna stay at the house if you cursing them out.
True.
All the time.
True. Thank you.
Calling them out, they know. Why should they?
Right.
You my brother. You my uncle. You talking to me like that? I can't call you out your name. And I wouldn't. And if I do, you want to fight. But you know what? Some of us will knuckle up and get it popping too.
I could dig that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dante.
This ain't that.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. So a good rule of thumb is
love
always
what I do myself in the Vogue art. It's an art. I should have my art on that runway just like everybody else, and not have to have left feeling disrespected. And
I think she got stuck.
That's not uplift.
Yeah.
I think she getting stuck. But
okay, go ahead.
That's just me. I could take it though. Okay. That's the tea right there. Yeah. They can't take what they,
Yeah. All right, Dante, you want to say something?
I think a good rule of thumb is always just making sure to, treat everybody with respect. And if you think that it may be
thank you for letting me, be on your panel. I appreciate that.
And so you're welcome. Don't use
and
those
there's nothing that you've ever could do in ballroom scared. You can't be scared.
Right. All right. So I want to pivot over to another question. As you know, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. So my next question is, what are your thoughts on the COVID-19 vaccine?
It's a chop.
Me. You wouldn't do it, Lolita?
No. I'm too like.
Yeah, a lot of no's.
Yeah, I feel like that. I have never got a flu shot, never got any kind of shot, so I don't want anything going into my body. Like, I'm just too earthy for all of that. Like, no, give me my greens. I'll take my immunities and elderberry. I'll do that, but that no.
Madeline said she got her so she could play at the ball. What about the rest of you ladies? What are your thoughts about the COVID-19 vaccine?
I'm for it. The reason why I'm for it, I'm a mother.
They're gonna have to drag me out of my house.
Yeah. I'm for it. My only question is on it, how is it so quickly they have this vaccine when it's back in the day, it took years for them to find a vaccine for something. So it makes me think that you knew about this virus. You knew it was coming. And so, I think they knew they was. Well, I'll let her finish. Go ahead.
Oh, wait.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Okay, go ahead, baby.
What I was saying is, I think they knew that the vaccine, that it was coming, and I think that they just didn't put it out there. So I'm kind of iffy about how all of a sudden you have a vaccine for this virus so quickly. That's the only iffy thing I am about it. But I want to protect myself and protect others. So I'm for the vaccination.
Okay.
I know Tiffany said they got to drag her out. Drag her out of the house to get it.
They're gonna have to drag me out, baby. That's it. They're gonna have to drag me to get that vaccine in me. Absolutely not. I don't even take aspirin when I'm on my period. I take NyQuil, so it's quick and easy. I'm not about to take the absolutely not. No, no, I'm straight. Thank you. While y'all over there, flinching and shit, I'll be over here just sitting cute or whatever. I ain't got time for that. I'm okay. I'll go hide in the woods somewhere.
Jamie, what are your thoughts?
No comment.
You said what?
No comment.
No comment. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of information out there about the vaccine. Someone that I always tell folks they can talk to is Stefan Blahnik. Dr. Stefan Blahnik. He works with the COVID-19 vaccines. Very, very, very. I've done a couple of panel discussions with him that I aired on the Center for Equity's Facebook page and things like that. Where he does answer a lot of the questions actually that you guys have on here. So, and he's a really good guy. He'll answer all your questions. give you the lowdown, give you the good, the bad, and the indifferent about the vaccine. So give him a shout out. If you hit him up on Facebook, he will respond and give you all the resources you need. All right. So the next question that we have here goes to Dante.
So my question for you all is, how instrumental are you in the recruitment of members to your house?
Anybody?
I'll take that one. Being overall mother of the house of Garcon, I'm very instrumental. I see him. I see you laughing. Yeah, he'll tell you. I'm very, very involved. I believe that you're a product of, your environment. You're a product of what you bring to your house. And I don't want to, I carry myself a certain way, and I make sure I'm on and everything is legit and right, and I'm looking good when I step on the floor. So I want my kids to look the same way. If Kenya will tell you, if you look a hot mess, then you're going to hear it. Yeah, I'll tell you. So I'm very, but I need to see it. I want to see pictures before you bring them. Yeah, if you can, if I can see them, even if this is like an out of town meeting or out of state meeting, I try my best to get there. We do videos, everything that we can do, so I can see the kids before they hit the floor. But I'm very instrumental in the recruiting of the kids. Yeah, I don't play with that. No.
Anybody else?
I'm very instrumental. I mean, shit, Marquise and I brought a whole damn near other sector. I mean, like we created a whole another chapter within our house of cis women, butches, and trans men. So, I mean, the same. I mean, I came from the old school, so anybody that I bring to the house, like, they're gonna be on point. I'm involved with it. Yeah, I got to see looks. Are you researching? Are you watching YouTube? I'll send you links, all that stuff. Like, and it's not just of cis women or, I'll send them links of people in other categories, because if you're going to become ballroom, you have to learn ballroom. Like, you can't just be pretty, knowledgeable in your category. So you got to know ballroom.
Yeah. True thing.
True.
What about Lolita and Karma and Tiffany?
I try to bring women into the scene. I think sometimes too, again, kind of like what Jamie was saying earlier, it's a hit or miss sometimes. I think for me, it's more so trying to bring more women into the scene and making them more confident. But it's a hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes they're for it and they like it, and then sometimes they don't. I think that for me, it was just more important bringing more women into the scene and making them more comfortable and welcome in the scene as well too. So, but I'm older now. I don't know. I barely even talk to myself. So, I try to do what I can.
I'm done.
So right now I am currently a 007, but I am also a runway coordinator and trainer for the House of Juicy. And I'm super, super, super instrumental, like on like the runway girls, like the runway squad, and just uplifting the kids and just being that person that is just training and uplifting and helping with the facts and giving them ideas. And I'm very, very, very hands-on. I love hosting things in the house. And it's dope just to make sure that I just stay involved and always be, a part of the team and a part of the family. So I'm really big on family.
So sometimes you find somebody and they meant for it, and then sometimes they have to have a fire for it, a passion. Many are chosen thing. Like, somebody has to have it aside.
Thank you. Karma, we're gonna.
So picking people for is not necessarily just choosing anybody. It has to be a connection. It's destiny included in that as well. Every woman on this panel was destined to be in ballroom and to do exactly what they want. I haven't gotten a chance to say hi to everybody and say I love y'all. Personally, but I know you guys. I watched you for a while, and I live. I hit the floor. I love what you do individually. I see everybody's different light. I appreciate you for keeping it going and just being who you are on the floor, because every last one, and that's why you're here. And whatever you teaching your kids and every light you shine to somebody else, to one of our other sisters, to every the other people, all what you do, keep going. Keep going. That's why I would say every torch you get, keep it lit. And if you can light somebody else's torch, pass that mantle, pass the baton, run faster, run harder, run stronger than all of the olds did. That's what I love for y'all to continue to do. And teach the ones under us to run stronger, harder, and faster than we did out the gate. If you want to bring somebody in the ballroom, make sure that they ready to stomp the yard. Jamie know what it is. Mm-hmm. They got to be ready to stomp this yard.
Yes.
Pass that mantle right. Pass them torches lit on fire. Make sure that torch is on fire. They pass it. If they got the fashion to keep the torch lit with them. You know what I mean? When they run that race with you,
all right,
go and kick yourself in the ass. I'm telling you.
Thank you for that.
Jamal, you got
so I would say the next question would be,
oh yeah, you cute, so you could come. Oh, you could dance.
All right. What's the next question?
Go for it. Dante,
the next question is, do you feel that it takes longer for cisgendered women to be acknowledged, deemed, or even just celebrated for their success in the scene?
Karma,
we don't hate each other.
Karma,
absolutely.
We're gonna start with you, Karma. I know we've seen your posts on Facebook, so I want you to go ahead and just kick off this conversation.
What post on Facebook? I don't know what you're talking about. Other people be posting. I just be trying to,
all of them, girl.
I be just being quiet. Like,
how do you feel about this?
How do I feel about it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's no shade. Like, it takes us forever. I mean, no, and if you really know me, I'm very humble. I mean, the proof is in my pudding. Like, come on there, what else? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us that have great things, and we don't get life and recognition the way we we just don't. And just to kind of pick me back off the last question, I didn't get it. The last question is crazy because as many people who know me in ballroom, I went and have a name for myself. When it comes to actual ballroom itself, I haven't been recruited. I don't recruit like the way I am, like my everyday leader. I'm recruiting. I'm confident. Ballroom had to mess with my self-esteem terribly because of this same reason. I'm like, well, maybe I haven't recruited anybody. I haven't tried to. And then this year, I'm like, you know what? To do more. I'm not gonna just take the little whatever I don't even know, like whatever it did with my self-esteem and make me not help and really like flourish because of whatever that is that and I said I'll push myself more to not feel a type of way and maybe be the voice, be a help, be the change. So ballroom, like for me, I'm just really getting started in ballroom. For this topic alone, I left for like 3 or 4 years. So I do feel like it takes a long time for us to get any type of recognition.
I find it interesting that you said about the self-confidence thing because I feel like ballroom gave me self-confidence. I think it kind of boosted my confidence. So it's very interesting to hear that, and because you came out after me, the generation. I think as far as recognition, yeah, it takes a long time for cis women to get recognition. But I mean, if you want to be real and go old school, I mean, it's really on brand. I mean, if you think about being legendary, me and Baby, like, we legit put in the time, you know. And now we're in an era where everything is so fast and so microwave. So like when people are deemed like legends at 6 or 7 years, like it's kind of interesting to me because it took us a long time. Like, you know, even being in the Hall of Fame, like I feel like I should have been put in earlier than I was, but I waited because I knew I had to put in the time. And I don't think I was upset. I just think it was just like, okay, my time is going to come. And I don't think that's just with cis women. I think that's with the whole ballroom scene, period. I think people are just so in a rush for that title. When I was walking for like 3 or 4 years, I didn't even know what the hell a legend was. Like I didn't have anything to strive for. I just loved ballroom. I loved going to balls. I loved competing. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to become legendary, or I know I'm going to be an icon. Like I didn't even know what the hell that was. I just knew they called Bernie legendary. I didn't ask. I was just walking balls. So I think the dynamic is very different now. I think the dynamic is very different now because there's so many different entities, you know, like it's the social media, it's everything that just everybody thinks that they deserve this title when you don't even put the work in. And again, that's not just cis women, that's in a whole.
I agree with everything Jamie just said. I feel like the titles are disrespected and they're microwaved overnight. And I have to be honest, I feel a way to have put that time in, to have moments after moment after moment, and had to work hard and be on the scene and compete and battle and be there for every ball and sitting people down and get a girl that comes on the scene, not just speaking of cisgender women, I'm just speaking in general. In general. To have someone that be walking about 6 months and now you're a legend or you're an icon. Huh? But that's just me. So I feel disrespected. I feel away. So yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have anything?
Do I feel away? No. I mean, I'm the type of person where I like to take my time with things, and I understand that everything is a process. So, if what's for me is for me, and as far as like being celebrated, like I will say one thing that ballroom has taught me is to not look for validation in others. So once I started celebrating myself and started celebrating my growth and not really looking for the validation from other people to give me the celebration that I needed, I just keep going. Like I'm celebrating myself. Yes, I won that ball, or hell, I got a good grade or whatever. Like I just celebrate myself. So whatever makes me happy, and I have my core people around me who we are, we feed off of one of each other. We celebrate each other. So I don't really look for validation of anything, honestly. I will say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Tiffany might be frozen. Oh, there she goes.
I think I don't know. I think for me being in the Midwest, I was one of the very few cis women. I think it was maybe like 2 of us out there, 3 of us actually. So my experience was a little bit different, I guess. We did get celebrated for what we did in the Midwest and stuff like that. And I think too, I was a part of great houses and around great people who celebrated me. So I didn't really need like a full ballroom acknowledgement of who I was and who I was becoming. And just like what Lolita was saying, I think ballroom, what it taught me more than anything, especially being a kid who always looked for, recognition and just that attention, it really taught me not to give a fuck. And I think that once I started not giving a fuck about what anybody thought or whether they thought I should be a legend or not, or whatever the case may be, it came faster. And I think too, it's all about what you manifest and the energy that you put out there as well too. If you want to be a legend, put it out there. I think literally for like 2 years, even though I wasn't as active in ballroom, but I have been in ballroom since I was 16 and I'm about to be 34 this year. I didn't believe that I deserved to be a legend. I became one, but I also manifested as well too, because I had to really sit back and think, you did your part. And I do remember you, Karen, from like way back in the day, like way you used to have the short hair. I remember you. And when I saw your post, and I'm like, I remember this bitch was out when I was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's surprising that she hasn't got that recognition. But the best thing I could tell you is just like Lolita was saying, it's just, you can't give a fuck about shit like that. At the end of the day, you know what you've done and you know the impact. And one thing that I've learned about, and one thing I really learned in ballroom that I stick to wholeheartedly is, it's not about the wins, it's about the moment. And it's more so like that inner moment that you have within yourself. So even if you don't get recognized, there are going to be other women who are coming into the scene who are going to know your name. And that to me is a lot more impactful than anything. So you're going to get your status. It's going to happen. Don't even worry about it. So you deserve it, honestly.
Don't get me wrong, I love ballroom. Even worried about that no more. We OGs now. Train up other young girls.
All right. Got another question here. What women's category would you love to see for the 5K?
Face with performance. That's all I want. That's all I want. Face with performance.
Face with performance, runaway, what else? Jamie, baby.
Oh, you were asking me? Oh, face.
Right.
He said, face that.
I would have to say maybe runway and labels or runway and foot and eye. But you know, that's me. So
I think best dress would be cute too. Best dress. The girls be dressing, okay.
Yeah.
The girls be in a good toe. They do be in a good toe.
In a good toe.
All night. We be in the hills all night.
Madeline said all three of them. All three.
Y'all make the queens walk all three for $5,000? Y'all make the queens walk all three for $5,000? No, ma'am.
Rocky
and that's the problem right there.
There was this woman that actually said that.
I'm sorry, wait a minute, say it again, Jamie. That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there.
Like, we're expected to do so much more. We're expected to step up to other expectations that other people in the scene don't have to step up to. And it's like, we have a hard way to go. I mean, the scene, it is what it is, called spade a spade. It's very misogynistic, and it just is what it is. So it's like, we're always expected to kind of like go up and beyond. Like, we always have to be the bigger person. And I think that's why I am so well received, because I've always opened my mouth. Like, I didn't just sit there and just take the shit. Like, I always open my mouth, and I always stand up for my sisters. I always stand up for all the cis women. I remember one year, like, Baby didn't get an award or something, and that's me and Jack got into it on Welcome Me Wednesdays. It was like a big thing, because I'm not biting my tongue. I'm not biting my tongue, and I think that's why I'm received now so much. But it's not fair. It's really not fair.
I would love to see more women on panels and walking those bigger categories specifically for them, and being more in the spotlight than what we have now. And something that Baby mentioned earlier is that it's so microwaved now. The scene has evolved to this microwavable type of thing that it's starting to lose its, not lose anything, but start, how you put something in the microwave and it loses flavor, so you got to zhuzh it up a little bit more after it comes out, put a little salt, a little, Miss Dash, here and there, and I feel like with the scene, like, being so in that whatever this is that we're going in, I guess we may be coming out of it a teensy bit, that flavor is kind of like losing itself. And I would love to see women be way more powerful in the scene than we are now. Hopefully this will bring light to it. Okay, next question.
Thank you. Actually, that was the last of our pre-written questions. So what I want to do now is open it up to the people that's watching us on the Facebook or the YouTube. If you have any questions for these ladies, for our panelists, feel free to share them. Ask them. I will say this, our comment section has been going crazy today for you all. So thank you all. People definitely has been tuning in to watch and hear what you all have been saying. I hope that, and I'm just going to talk until I see a question pop up. I hope that more platforms invite you ladies to also give your voice and speak unapologetically. Not just throwing you a bone, but giving you a platform so you can really speak your mind. Like Jamie said, yes, Jamie has been very outspoken. If she don't see it, you'll know that she don't see it. And that's love her head. You gotta respect her for that. You know what I mean? So definitely shout out for that and holding it down.
I mean, it's like, and it's. I don't mean to cut you off, but it really sucks, And I'm sorry, this is going to be a moment because it really sucks that, it's like if I don't do it, who the hell else is going to do it? And if I do it, then it's like, well, I get kickback and I get shade because it's like, well, why didn't you include me? Well, you didn't want to do it from the get-go. There's so many projects that I've started throughout the years, and again, there's people that have been involved, and I can't sit here and blame anybody that. This one dropped the ball, that one dropped the ball. People have lives, they get busy, I get it. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm the only one knocking on people's doors. I'm the only one knocking on producers' doors. I'm the only one knocking on people's doors. And then it's like I create an opportunity. I finally get somebody to listen to me. I create an opportunity out of my busy schedule. Damn near begging people, and then I can't even get videos from people, 5-minute videos about their history. It's like, what do you want? Do you want to be included or you don't want to be included? Because let me know. Because I mean, I could just stop it now.
I meant to give you my video with tax. I've been kicking my tail like crazy. So and I do what? Yeah, I saw that. I post that too.
We do have a question from none other than Susan Mizrahi. Why do you think so few cis women have major balls? I think we kind of covered it, but if you want to answer that again or answer it for her. Why do so many few cis women have major balls?
Well, she said have balls, and that's because we don't get support. Come on, Susan, you was in there with us.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying you got another question.
No, I'm saying in the trenches, Susan. I'm not saying this got to the panel. I'm saying in the trenches, like like back in the day, we weren't getting support like that. That's why we don't have it.
All right. So we got another question. Oh, she says, shh, Jamie. All right, Jamie, baby, what was your moment when you knew arrived in Major Markin Ballroom?
You want to go first, Jamie?
You can go.
Oh, you can go.
I mean, my moment was getting my just due from Danielle Revlon. God bless the dead. I had been walking for a minute. It was at Mark Ballroom. This is how long ago it was. And I just couldn't find my edge in. I first came out, I was walking beat. My face was beat. I would like always lose by one vote because it was shade or something else. And then I started walking unpainted. And again, a lot of girls, walking at the back to the door. There were so many girls. They used to go through the category so fast. It was like, I don't even think the judges had a chance to even like get in. It was just like, pick one, pick one, pick one. And I'll never forget, they had, sad to say, they had Woman's Face bring it with dramatic beat. And Jamil painted my face that night, and I just was like, oh, okay. And Danielle Revlon stood up on the panel for me. And then that was it. Like after that, it was on like popcorn. It was like, boop, 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 boop. I don't think I ever lost the ball after that. Maybe one.
I think mine, I was actually, it's so funny. I was actually having this conversation, I think night before last. I think my moment was we were at a ball, and I remember it was me, Jamie, and D, Balenciaga. And they were getting me dressed. And Eve Prada was in the same room we were in getting dressed. And I don't know why, and I don't take it as shade anymore, but at the time, Eve thought I was a trans film queen. And she came to me and she said, "Are you walking?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm walking." And she said, "Oh shit." And I'm like, "Well, why is she acting like that?" And I remember her saying she thought I was walking her category, which was Film Queen Runway. And she said, "Oh," she said, "every time I see you, I'm like, oh shit, do I have to battle this girl?" And that night I walked and I told her, I said, "No, I walk women's runway, not your category." Until, now they group the categories together, female figure. But to get that recognition from her, to know that she was scared that she had to battle me, I was like, "Oh, bitch, I'm the shit." And that night it was girls lined up, like Jamie said, like to the back of the door. And I was just knocking them out, knocking them out, knocking them out. And I was like, "Oh, I'm here. Like, you, this is me. Like, what else is next?"
Mm-hmm.
So to get that from her, and I live for Eve Runway. Oh my God. Like, she is my favorite. So to get that from her, I was like, yeah, I've arrived.
Now, isn't that a shame that two femme queens had to give us our recognition for us to feel accepted in the ballroom scene, to make us feel like, okay, I arrived. It wasn't a butch queen.
Mm-hmm.
It was a butch queen.
Talk about
I want to ask Lolita, Karma, and Tiffany that same question. When did y'all feel like was your moment? Did you just knew you had arrived?
The moment I knew I arrived was in that black coat. That was the moment for me. That moment was so magical. Like, just even me being in the house practicing with that coat, and then it just happens. I don't even know how it happened. I'm trying to tell you, that's like the energy that I bring on the floor is like win or nothing at all. And if it's my night, it's my night. Like, I just have that type of energy. So when I came to the floor and that happened, it still, like, by me even talking about it still gives me chills, because I feel like from that moment on, the moments that I've just continued to keep making, like Tiff was saying, like manifesting like your greatness on the floor, like that's just what it is. Like, just continue to keep manifesting and manifesting. And that moment was like, I have arrived. Like, it was so much power and force behind the walk alone and just everything that happened. So that was my moment for me.
Okay.
My moment. What is the moment? What was my? I think the moment I knew it arrived, because when Dante, some people in ballroom don't know, but Dante, Lolita, y'all know how I really act. I'm all people. So when I first started walking all the way back then, I was so shy, quiet. I won't go do the most on the panel and do all that. I won the first 1,000 for Faith, Richmond. And Richmond used to be flooded back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The last ball before that, rest her soul, Barbie Mizza for Faith, we had tied. No, it was, she beat me by one. So at that particular ball, I don't remember who it was. It was, maybe she was the overall mother, Ebony at the time, but she met Barbie, and the last moment they acted like they don't want to get in. But I started settling like a film queen. I was just like, I'm on the table, I'm going up, I'm going. The whole room went up. I'm in their face talking junk, like saying stuff. I won my first 1,000. Everybody went up. So I think that's when I, to beat the lady who beat Barbie, I'm like, can't tell me nothing there. All right. Yep.
How about you, Tiff?
You're muted, Pooh.
Sorry, I'm trying to unmute myself.
That's okay.
Honestly, I think for me, it's a little bit different because I've had a lot of moments that I loved in ballroom. But I think for me was more so what ballroom did for me after, like for like my career and things like that, that really made me feel like I made it within my own community because my community was supporting me in other things that wasn't just ballroom, you know? Like I had the support of Jack, I had the support of, just a lot of people, you know, just being able to do, to me, my biggest moment, and this may sound crazy, was to be able to do Shannon Balenciaga's makeup. Like to me, that's a big moment for me, being a face girl and to be able to do her makeup, like, that's a big moment for me. That to me, that's how I knew I made it. Because I started ballroom because I love to dance, I love doing makeup, I love doing hair, I loved all of that. And to be able to have a career because of everything that I learned ballroom is more of a moment than anything for me, than anything that I've ever done on the floor. So just to sit there and be able to say, yeah, I got a career because of something I've been doing my whole life. When everybody else was like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing that gay shit? You know, and to be able to say, well, that gay shit got me a career and it made me the person that I am today, you know, a very fearless, unbothered, not giving a fuck type of person. So to me, that's the biggest moment that ballroom, that I've made in ballroom and that ballroom has given to me, honestly. So is that.
Yes.
We want to thank all of you all, and we want to actually get like final comments from like each of you. If you have like a business, if you got some project that you're working on, anything that you want to leave us with or let the people know, now would be the time to go ahead and let us know, or let everyone know. Yeah, we can start. I don't care, whoever wants to start.
I'll go. So what I have coming up next is I have completely like changed my whole career. Now I'm doing music now.
Yes.
I'm gagging y'all because the amount of love that I have received from everybody, like in the ballroom scene, international, just people making videos on TikTok, streams have gone crazy. Like that's just what I'm doing right now. And I see that I've always wanted to do that since day one. And I really have some great creative stuff involved that's about to be happening. It's going to be all ballroom related. Like that's just who I am. So why not take that? Because we do have a lane. Like ballroom has a lane with music. So why not continue that lane? So that is what my music will be based on: house, EDM, just feel good music. So that's what I'm doing now, along with some more incomes. But y'all just have to wait and see. I'm only focused on this one right now, though. Thank you for the support. I love y'all.
Stream her music, y'all, on all platforms. Stream her music. Stream her music. It's dope.
That's crossover streaming now. Y'all go to my YouTube, run it up. Go to Spotify, iTunes, run it up, and send me some videos, y'all, because I can post it and stuff. Thank you.
That's so good.
Awesome.
Who's next?
Somebody posted who they want to hear next. Who would like to hear about Tony Jackson?
Well, I already said my piece.
No way, you got more though, because you got the.
I said what it was, and here we are. So, but you can follow me at Miss Jamie Page on Instagram, and everybody pretty much follows me here on Facebook. I got my skincare, my face wipes. I'm coming out with some other products. Still trucking with the videos that I have. I'm going to make do with this production that we're working on. Let's see, what else? I got a whole bunch of shit going on. I got my podcast. I just interviewed Kip from Goody Mob. CeeLo Green was my first.
Yes.
Was my first test. I'm working with a distribution company. I'm doing events and production. So
Jamie busy.
Yes, I was gonna say,
I haven't slept in so long, and I'm thankful because like last year was crazy with COVID. Like all my work just completely stopped because I was in events. So as soon as 2021 hit, it was like boom, all these doors open. I'm like, okay, I'm here.
We love it.
Love that interview with Steve, by the way, too. I watched that. I listened to it. It was dope.
Thank you.
I guess Miss Baby.
Go ahead, sweetie.
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, just for anybody coming into ballroom, women coming into the ballroom scene, the best thing I can tell y'all is just keep striving. Don't listen to nobody. Just like ballroom was created for self. How do you put it? Self-validation in a sense. I feel like I don't know if maybe that's the right word.
Expression.
Just don't let. The best thing I can say is don't let nobody control you and try to change who you are trying to become or who the universe wants you to become at the end of the day. I feel like, maybe older generations of ballroom girls coming in, women in ballroom, we've been told what to do, how to be, what's this, everything like that. I just feel like, through the power of affirmation and manifestation, there's nothing that cannot be possible in this world, and I feel like if you believe it, you can make it. And I think that's why a lot of people don't, when they come into ballroom, they don't really make it that far because they don't believe, and you have to have that belief inside, that self-love, that self, like, you know what, I can do this, that self-knowledge in a sense, and just like that self-trust to know that you may not be good at it today, but tomorrow, next week, you might be the best at it. So, and just not to give up, at the end of the day, it's just like the world. You're going to have no's, you're going to have shady people, you're going to have people chopping you from the back of the runway. It's no different than going in for an interview for a job, and you just have to make it, work. And also utilize the talents that and I think this is for everybody in ballroom. Utilize what you have. If you have a talent and you're not working, utilize that. Take advantage of that talent that you have. If you're good at makeup, if you're good at hair, if you're good at Vogue, and if like Lolita, she's good at runway. She teaches runway classes. I feel like that's the best way to continue to keep not only just our community vibe and, like thriving, but it also keeps us thriving as well too, So I don't like when people are only a success story in ballroom, but I like when it's a both thing, when it's the outside world and ballroom world. So to be able to merge the two together and become successful is the most beautiful thing that you can get out of ballroom. So, and life. So affirmation and manifestations. That's the best thing I can say.
Love it.
Thank you for that. I love it. Last but not least.
We got two more.
Two more. Oh, Karma and then Baby, right?
Either way.
You want me to go?
Either way.
I'll go.
Okay.
Look out for Take Me For Me. It's a branded company I have with my boyfriend, Shady Prada. We do hoodies, t-shirts, anything that you need to print up, we got it. Take Me For Me. Also, I'm getting back into teaching Zumba. I love Zumba. Like, that's like what Jamie was saying, with COVID hit, knocked everything out. But now that it's back up and things are getting back up and running, look out for me with that. I'll be posting videos and stuff with me teaching Zumba classes and things like that. And as far as ballroom, with us being women, we are so strong and we are so talented. Let's get out there and show them what we can do. I used to always say to my father, Bernie Jordan, that anything he could do, I could do it better. So when it came to runway and the stunts and stuff, that I was right along with them, doing the stunts and everything like that. So anything, my thing was, anything you could do, I could do it better. So if you have that type of attitude, you can go far in life.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. First off, I want to give beautiful women up and gentlemen too. Y'all roses, y'all are women. Some of y'all I don't think I've met in person, or we haven't had a chance to have conversations, but I'm rooting for all y'all. Jamie, I'm definitely gonna give you a picture, and I feel good a video because I feel good. Y'all supposed to send kids and taxis, 3 kids and taxis. Y'all saw what I looked like before. I got it. I had to go back. So, just want to say that. So I am gonna probably get back into my music. Lolita, I'm proud of you. We had that conversation in Paris. Definitely gonna get back to my music pretty soon. A lot of people ask me about it, but right now, like I'm really focused on, especially seeing how my children are coming, the things that are happening to my kids, and just ballroom and the pandemic, and just watching social media and different things like that. My number one thing I'm trying to really put piggybacking off of what Tiffany was saying, to manifest good energy, to love your, you know what I'm saying? Because in the ballroom and out of ballroom, people compare their lives and see other people, see people making moves or think they're less than just because of whatever. And this pandemic is really getting to a lot of people's mental. People are lost. A lot of people are depressed. A lot of people are financially messed up. So my biggest thing right now is to just, Tiffany said, spread love, spread manifest good energy, help build people's confidence internally. Because if this is not right, your heart, your mind not right, it doesn't matter what you do. Even if you got money, even if you have right now, for me, that's what's next. I'm doing a lot of more motivational things, a lot of motivational events to, like you said, take my talent, my confidence, and put it onto other women, other people in the ballroom scene. That's up for me next. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to manifest the energy, build businesses in our community. We all can get to the real bag, pandemic or not. So that's my two main things. And, you know, to really storm again in ballroom. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well,
Awesome. Yeah. So thank you. What were you gonna say, Dante? Go ahead.
No, I was asking, do we have final words?
I have final words as always.
I have final words. I got a lot to say. Um,
Well, why you think?
Comment. Sorry, I was just reading the comments, and I don't know. Someone spammed us. Thank you all. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all so much. This was great. Thank you. I just can't say thank you enough. We really wanted to make sure we gave each of you a platform to sit and talk about your feelings about ballroom. Baby and Jamie, as a little old skinny malnourished kid coming in the ballroom, I was watching y'all tearing the runway down. And y'all would have was like, oh yeah, slaying it. Like, you know what I mean? And to see, you other ladies like come up and like still like, I think it's great. I would love to see, more women come out. I remember when the women were really turning the scene and there was a strong women ballroom scene. I would love to see it come back. Shout out to Monet. I know there's been some technical difficulties, but Monet's another one. I was watching, years and years and years ago from, being in a club with Mystery and just doing the damn thing and just making sure your presence is felt and seen. Because I think it's important. So thank you all. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for being open. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for just for saying the damn thing and calling the thing a thing. And that's what we want for you all. So thank you.
Thank you.
Dante,
no, I mean, of course. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and be on this conversation. This is something that we have been preparing for a while, and we were able to get, the icons, the legends, and the new girls on the panel all at the same time to really get a point of view from each sector, each era, and really allowing you guys to, you ladies, to be a part of something that, yes, it was created for us, but you guys are a part of that. You ladies, keep saying guys, are a part of that. And so we want to really, really, really thank you for your time, which is precious, and you be able to, come aboard. And thank you, Monet. I know you had technical difficulties, but we love you too.
Yes. I would just say the same thing. Thank all of you. I know most of you all personally. I really appreciate you all taking out the time to come up here and talk with us. Hear and share y'all voices with us, which I think is so important because we don't always, like we said, get to hear from you all and hear y'all's point of view and y'all's perspectives. And we should hear it more. Also wanted to go ahead and shout out Susan Mizza, who has been completely instrumental in keeping Virginia ballroom scene up and sustaining for years. I think it would be a just due for us not to mention her, especially with her down there. Roxy as well.
Love you, Roxy.
Down there as well.
Roxy.
So yeah, just thank y'all so much. I look forward to continue to see what you all do. Jenny Lee, you as well for all that you do. Monet in the comments as well. Thank you. And my last thoughts would just be, we just all have to love on each other more.
Yes.
Keep titles for categories, and outside of that, we're all human. Let's love on each other like that. Life is so precious and it can be gone within the blink of an eye.
Yes.
So I think it's important for us to keep that in mind and just make sure, love on each other, because we're one community at the end of the day, no matter what house or whatever else. And if we don't have each other's back, then who will?
Awesome. Well said. Thank you all. Thank you everyone who's watching us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right, have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Later.
Thanks. Good night.